What's up, y'all? It's Silent. Back with some more information for today. Peace to those who are enlightened and know who they are and in tune to what's going on. Alright, I would also like to say free Labor Hoover, free all the revolutionaries that are locked up and they have been locked up for a long period of time. Um, but today I wanted to talk about uh, reading um, the light, reading light, right? A lot of us, um, we don't know, right, that everything that we are reacting to it's a light. It's a form of light that we react to because the light is the energy, right? So we reacting to the light being the energy. Right now, when you look into the color spectrum of light, it's all colors combined into one, right? All of those colors in the form of that light represents your what? Your chakras. So this is why you have people that talk about color magic, right? People say, "Oh, colors affect your personality or can affect your personality and how you feel." Right? We don't know why though, but we say it can. The reason for that is because it represents you. That light in you. That light in you connects to that color. Right? So when you looking at the color, you looking at your chakra energy. Far as it being red, far as it being green, far as it being blue, or white, or yellow, or purple. Right? It's representing your chakra energy. Right? So this is why when you talk about reading the light, we don't know how to read the light because we don't understand that we are the light. That's why we don't know how to read it. Because we don't know that we are the light. Right? See, the thing is about it and how everything is, they pitch it around us to basically dim our light, right? To where we don't have a clear understanding, right? Or indication who we are as beings existing on this earth, right? So, um, when you um, search for the technology, the TV, your cell phone, all that shit is made of light, right? And we're going back to the energy of the light. It's all made of the energy, and that's the light. That shit is in you, right? So when we watching shit on TV, we're not realizing that that energy that we watching on the TV is manifesting its way into us, right? So the light in that TV is making contact with the light within us. This is why after we watch something, we have certain emotional thoughts, uh, as opposed to what we are watching, because we reacting to light, right? We reacting to it, but we also um, are made of the light. So we are reacting to it, but we are also made of the light. So the light of the energy that we are seeing and that we are exposed to while we watching the TV or we are on our phones, we reacting to it, but we are made of it. So what I'm saying is the energy from the visible image that we see, we gonna consume that mentally, right? Because it's an energy that takes part in that. We gonna consume that. Bobby Hemmett had talked about that a couple years ago. He talked about how some people watch some things on TV and start to think as the shit that they watching. But that's not really them thinking that way, right? It's just cause the shit that they was watching, right? The energy, they consume the energy, so now they thinking like the shit that they watching, right? But that's not how they really feeling, right? So this is why uh it's important to be aware of the shit that you feed in your brain, right? Because it's all the energy, right? When you watching negative shit and watching certain shit that don't have a positive effect to it, all that shit is gonna manifest itself into your mind, right? And your mind is going to start to produce the levels of thinking as opposed to what you're watching, right? So this is why you gotta pay attention to the light. That light that's shining on you, you gotta pay attention to that, cause they doing it for a reason, right? Cause technically we really ain't even supposed to be watching TV, and we ain't really supposed to have cell phones, right? Because the whole idea of a cell phone, they talking about the cells in your body, right? Because what does the cell do? It has a signal, and it sends signals, right? We could communicate with each other telepathically, right, on land, but we don't remember how to do that, right? Because they found a way to damage our memory and our power, you know, through the cognitive dissonance, and then using school and all that shit. So we don't know, right? But we ain't supposed to be using this shit, right? So this is when you hear about everything that surrounds you was made to destroy you and keep you in a oppressive mindset, um, because of the shit that they put in front of you, right? We don't realize this, you know. We don't take any accountability to think about, man, why is this shit around us? Why is this? What does this shit mean? What is this shit for? Right? We don't take no accountability. Right? But it's something you should pay attention to, because it's very important to realize it. Right? So we are beings of light. We made of light. So anything that has light in it, we gonna automatically be connected to it because it represents something that's within us. Right? Like for me, I don't even really. I mean, I watch some shit, but I don't really watch some shit all like I used to when I was younger. You know, most of the time I turn the TV off. I just sit in darkness, right? Because I don't need to look at a big bright ass screen to entertain me. I don't need that. And then I know what's being consumed, you know, by watching that shit. Because I pay attention to the light, the energy of that light, right? And what's being sent my way, right? So, that's why I said, that's why it's very important for you to read the light and understand what they trying to do, right? Because they use shit as a form of a spell. This is why when you watching TV, what's most of the shit that you see on TV? All right, it's always bullshit. It's either a motherfucker got killed, right? Or if you go on YouTube, You see motherfuckers on there fighting, more some motherfuckers getting killed. You see nothing but dumb shit, right? All that shit is being instilled into your mind, right? You may fuck around and see some motherfuckers on YouTube fighting, and you watch it, and then after you turn the phone off, you may want to go out and fight a motherfucker, and that ain't even really how you feel. You wasn't feeling that way before you watched that video, but since you consume the energy of it from that light, now you thinking you thinking like the shit that you done seen. Now you want to go out and hurt a motherfucker, but that ain't how you really feel. You know what I mean? And it's some real shit I'm saying, right? But it's shit that go over our head because we don't think shit like that exists. But this is the part that what we talk about when we talk about like the Matrix. In those cases, everything is here to affect you negatively and to keep you in a state of docile, not knowing who you are, being controlled. Because all this shit is controlling your mind. Right? Cognitive dissonance. That's what all this shit is. You got motherfuckers out here now in the world that be trying to make a case. Like you be having motherfuckers out here trying to make a case that having, motherfuckers talk about bodies and all that shit. You be having bras and shit out here talking about they got 50, 60 bodies and shit. They trying to make it like being a hoe is a good thing. That's cognitive dissonance. Right? They trying to make it like, if you a broad, and you ain't really got that many bodies upon your belt, so that means you ain't really had a lot of sex. They try to say it's like you ain't hip, right? They call you a square. That's that's the title you get, right? But you realize these some dumb motherfuckers that's making up shit in their head and then trying to make it like it's information, like it's gonna help. That ain't helping nobody. Because all you doing is you gonna make a generation of kids think they have to have sex with a whole bunch of people to be cool, to be down. They don't gotta do that shit. Ain't nothing wrong with you being a virgin until you feel like you developed enough to start intervening. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Right? But, it's the shit that they promote. Right? And the energy that's given out, in this world or on the land, that should be fucked up. You know what I mean? And this is the shit that we be consuming. And we be thinking it's normal. This shit ain't normal. This ain't a normal way of being. You gotta pay attention to your mind. You gotta pay attention to the development of your mind. This is shit you gotta do. Pay attention to the shit you're listening to the shit you hear. Right? That's why I talked about alchemy and shit and psychology. When you pay attention to alchemy, right, you can pay attention to psychology of people, right? A lot of people go off of perception of what they feel. A lot of people don't even really have a clear confirmation of the shit that they believe in being truthful or not. They just, this is just my perception. Right? So, the energy in which a person expresses through thought being translated into a word, right, is all developed off of their perception and what they think, right? So I'm saying this because you have a lot of people that have put shit out, right? But a lot of shit that they put out, they probably don't even know if it's true or not, right? And by the energy that you consume from what they saying, you can start to question yourself and think you ain't doing something right. Right? Like you be having motherfuckers out here that think like it's a sin to be overweight, right? Like you being fat or overweight, like that's a bad thing. I mean, at the end of the day, people gonna be the way they want to be. Who the fuck is you to tell a motherfucker what they shouldn't be? You act like your shit don't stink. Like if you fuck around and fart and blow gas, like that motherfucker ain't gonna have a smell. It's gonna have a smell because you a regular motherfucker person just like everybody else. You ain't nobody perfect. You don't have the right to tell a motherfucker what they should be or what they shouldn't be because you don't know this motherfucker. You don't know what their life path is. You probably don't even fucking know your life path. So you ain't got no right to tell another motherfucker what they should be doing. Alright? So you could consume their mindset and their personality and start thinking, oh, I need to be... Nah. That's them motherfuckers. That's how they think. Think for yourself. If you feel like something in your life is not right and you need to fix it, we'll fix it. But if you know and feel that everything in your life is the way it should be, and you doing the right things that you should be doing to help your life be beneficial to you or your family, or just overall environment, far as from the earth, from the universe, or whatever you feel, then you do that. You don't let no other motherfucker tell you what you shouldn't do, or tell you something otherwise. You do what the fuck you want to do. It's just what it is. Because when you pay attention to people and you focus on the energy of them, you will be able to know if they just blowing smoke out their ass or if they trying to say something that's gonna help you. You gonna know if you pay attention to the energy. If you don't pay attention to the energy, then you may not catch on to what they about or their agenda or their doctrine. You ain't gonna catch their shit. But if you aware, you pay attention to motherfuckers' energies and how they coming, then you gonna know what a motherfucker trying to pull on you. Right? So, you have to pay attention to this shit. You have to pay attention to the energy that you consuming. Right? You have to pay attention. Because all this shit is something that has a connection to you. And it affects you. Whether if you believe it or not, it affects you. It really does. Right? And they know the science behind us. They know the science of us. So that's why they do this shit. Give you these TVs and all this technology and shit. So that they can fuck with your mind. Right? If you think about it, that's the real MK Ultra. Right? Because they told you MK Ultra was mind control. They told you that the government was running secret tests on people's brains, shocking their brains with certain energies and frequencies, right? And then as they was shocking their brain, they was able to go into their brain and control their thoughts and control the way they thinking. Okay, nigga, that's the same as you being on your phone 24 hours a day, or you staring at the motherfucking TV 24 hours a day. That's mind control. They got your attention for the whole motherfucking day, all the way to the next day. Some motherfuckers be watch fucking TV and never turn that motherfucker off. That motherfucker continuously stay on. Then you motherfucker feel the back of your TV, that motherfucker hot than a motherfucker. Damn, it feel like it's about to blow up, because you don't turn it off. That's mind control. That's real mind control to me. I mean, think about it. That's why they say television, tell lies to you, to your vision and all that. That's what it is. But it's mind control. Because all of the information and the data that you getting from the energy and the light of this TV, all these are different emotional states. So you see a low vibration, you see a high vibration, right? And that shit also tampers with your chakras. That's why I said about what you seeing. You got to pay attention to that shit. You got to be aware of who you is energetically, so you can know how to prevent some shit from affecting you and getting you out your shit. That's all I'm saying. That's why most of the time for me, it'd be certain shit I don't watch. Right? Because I know what it can do to my mind. But yeah. This is just some quick little information I wanted to drop for today. I'm gonna be talk. I know I'll be saying this in all my fucking videos, man. But I got some more. Shit I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about Islam and talk more on Islam and the true meaning of Islam, and what that really is. But yeah. That being said, this is Silent. I'm finna get out of here. I'm out. Peace.